Right, a bit of good news now. Let's have some. Goodness me, we need it, don't we? Plenty of businesses, they talk the talk when it comes to supporting the communities around them. Fancy branding, hashtag campaigns, gimmicky merchandise, all that sort of stuff. Dime a dozen these days, but it's not often a business really walks the walk. But construction giant John Holland, they've done just that, donating $100,000 to help keep Western Sydney strong as it enters its 7th week of hard lockdown. It's a magnificent gesture. Joe Barr is the Chief Executive, John Holland. He joins me now. Joe, as I said, it's a big move from a construction giant like John Holland to put this money on the table. You've got two particular causes that you're supporting. Why did you choose those causes and why do this in the first place?
Yes, good evening. Well, construction industry has the highest rate of suicide of any industry around Australia, and therefore construction workers are the most at risk from mental health issues. And you add the overlay of the continued lockdown in Sydney and the inability to work on construction sites for those workers in Western Sydney, then we just thought it was the right thing to do, an opportune thing to do in terms of making sure that we targeted the donation directly to Western Sydney. So we've chosen two charities, Lifeline, who are receiving a cause at the moment, and the Western Sydney Community Forum, which provides mental health emergency services and also donates computers to needy families.
I'm fascinated by that statistic. Help me understand, why is there such a high risk of self-harm with the construction working?
Well, I guess like a lot of other industries, the construction industry is highly pressurised. There's tight timelines, the commercial conditions are tough, and the work is hard. And we need more diversity in our industry. We need more certainty in our industry. And therefore, unfortunately, that statistic stands.
And is the lack of certainty between one job to another part of the problem here? I mean, that's obviously preying on the mind of people in Sydney's West. Most of them, can't work at home, can't be on a laptop in their kitchen like others can be, so they have to go out and about. That's very much constrained at the moment. Is it the financial pressure here as well?
No, I think exactly right, because a lot of us can work from home. A lot of industries can do that, but obviously in construction, you need to be out on the job. And this is the first lockdown of construction around the nation since the start of the pandemic. And the industry has proven that we can work safely, and we've adapted our procedures, our safety procedures and policies to adapt to the conditions of the virus. So I guess this brings with it the uncertainty of a wage and the family support that's needed. And therefore, again, we thought it was great timing to make sure that we provided that assistance to people directly. One
of the real drivers to get out of the first recession, I know people are talking about another quarter of negative growth and we could be back there by the end of the year with the Sydney lockdown. But last year, one of the reasons we did so well is there were a number of financial supports from the government in relation to housing construction. We're going to rely on construction again to do the heavy lifting. I suspect that will depend on how long things are locked up in Sydney. But where do you see construction at the moment, even amidst this pandemic?
Yeah, well, I guess right now we've just come out of this 2-week period where there's been a total ban of construction in Sydney and other regions in New South Wales. And I've got to give credit to the New South Wales government. The government, industry leaders, the unions have all worked together to strengthen the safety standards and procedures and the guidelines that we work on construction sites by. And therefore, we've given ourselves the responsibility to go back to work, to start people back on a wage, and make sure that we can construct our projects in a safe manner and one that gives the community the confidence that we can do that. So that's exactly what's happened. And people are after certainty at this time. So I think that right now we can look forward to a return to work, and that all workers, construction workers in Sydney, including in the LGAs, can get back to work and earn a wage.
Well, watch what happens in the next few days. Joe Barr, well done on that donation, particularly to Lifeline. That money will go a long way. Thank you for your time.
Thank you.